It's live!
We're celebrating over here!
You need to leave
It's
it
a
on for
party!
Yeah.
It's a party!
Yeah, do you know why we're celebrating?
Welcome to Appy Hour! It's like a unicorn hat.
Oh yeah, that's
She's a fancy
that
unicorn.
Looks good.
You're pretty
It kind of looks like a pirate. And today's Talk Like a Pirate Day. Did you know that?
I didn't
No.
know.
If I
So
do my
Molly's
own
going to go
time.
get free donuts today, right?
They're not doing it today. I just found out. No donuts from Krispy
Oh my
Kreme.
gosh.
But
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But, does anybody have any idea why we might be wearing party hats and blowing party blowers at the beginning of our Appy Hour today? Anyone? Anyone?
It's our anniversary, I'm going to say.
oh, you just ruined it.
And not our wedding anniversary. It is the third anniversary of the Project Life app. It was actually on Sunday, so we're a couple days later, but September 17th, 2014 is the greatest day in history probably ever.
For apps and app
right,
lovers.
right.
Technology, scrapbooking.
Or, yes, or just for that day in history ever. Because that is the day that the Project Life app was officially released in the iOS App Store for you all to enjoy. And then a little over a year later, about what, 18 months later almost?
Yes.
That's when Android. So we'll celebrate again.
Which
on
I have to say
February 29th.
is a lot quicker than a lot of other iOS apps get their
Totally.
their app out to Android. We really worked on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm proud of that.
So, for those of you who are already here, and we'll announce this again later, as part of our birthday celebration, we decided that we want to give away a few app downloads.
Woo-hoo!
So, if you are joining us live, I know, look.
How do you
If you are joining
How
us
does it work?
live and you share this broadcast, meaning you click the little thing that says share, if you share this broadcast, you will be entered to be a random winner. We're going to randomly select 3 winners because it's our 3rd anniversary. And the winners will receive 3 free downloads in the Project Life app. So that's any kit or font or template pack that you choose. You'll get to choose 3 of them.
And we have some really great new ones.
Like, for reals, so good.
Super pretty.
Yes. So anyway, 3 winners, 3 downloads, and all you have to do is click share on the broadcast and put that out for all your Facebook peeps to be able to see so that more and more people can learn about the Project Life app, which clearly has changed your life and my life and her life.
And my life. For
And it's
sure
kept us
my
in
life.
play.
Yes. But it's amazing. I mean, I hear every day from people that were never scrapbookers in their whole life, that stopped scrapbooking years ago because of all the supplies and junk and stuff that they had to have, that are now scrapbooking again. So the supplies and stuff, we're not downing that. We think that's great too if that is your cup of tea. But if it's not, the app is awesome. And it's awesome for everyone. There's so many people that like to do hybrid books and do a little bit of both and use their app to plan their pages. I get people asking all the time about that. Now that I've had this hat on,
Is your hair messed?
My hair's
It's totally not messed.
Molly,
Your hair's
can
never
you
a mess.
please
I swear.
check?
it looks amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there you go. We're giving away 3 lucky winners. Will get 3 downloads in the app. And so we will, after the broadcast is over, we'll randomly choose those winners and we will get in touch with you so that you can choose which products you want to be able to download and we will take care of that. So,
Super
Awesome.
exciting. That is
Anyway,
awesome. We
yeah.
never do that. That's the first time
I
we've
know.
ever done that.
I know. So,
That's a big deal.
but for those of you who are joining us, we would love if you would share in the comments one thing that you love about the Project Life app. Like, I know it's hard to narrow it down to one thing, but like, what's kind of your favorite thing, whether that's a favorite feature or a favorite, I don't know, like,
You know what's going to happen right now?
what?
Everybody's going to do their wish list.
I know. Okay. We weren't asking for the wish list. We're saying, what about the app that is already existing do you love? We have a long, long, long wish list. We know that you guys know that. We know that. It continues to grow all the time.
And we're clicking it off.
And we've spent
We're doing
3
it.
years implementing feedback from our customers. So, I mean, if you think back, those of you who downloaded on that first day, can I tell you, I remember exactly where I was.
I know where I was.
I know exactly where I was when
Okay,
the
where were
app
you?
launched. I was in Las Vegas because my husband has an optometry conference there in September every year. We actually just got back from there. We were at Serendipity eating dinner.
Wow.
And I remember
You're fancy.
getting a text from Becky and from Devin that the app had been approved. That was approved, and it was live. And I remember going to the App Store and seeing that it was live, and like my husband, bless his ever-loving heart, was really trying to be excited for me, but he wasn't nearly as excited as I was. But I totally remember the feeling sitting in that restaurant. Where were you?
Well, my husband and I were in bed when it happened. We were.
And it was late. It was actually later at night
night
than I thought. It was almost 10 o'clock at night, I think.
It was a big deal. We were texting back and forth with Becky and David because we were so excited that it had actually happened. And that was before I was at customer service.
Yes.
I just was Becky's friend at the time and knew about the app going live. We were so excited.
Gosh,
so
seriously.
anyway,
yes.
So ladies, someone asked, what is the app? And obviously we're probably going to have some new people in here since we're having people share it.
Awesome. I'm going to let Wendy cover that because Wendy is the one who does customer service for the Project Life app.
Yes.
And so I'm going to let her give you a little spiel about what the Project Life app is and why it's so rad.
Yes, let me shout out to Helen really quick. She caught up on 2.5 years in one day.
Holy Helen! Shout out to Helen!
Holy Helen, that's awesome.
That is amazing. But that's the power of the Project Life app. So for those of you who are saying, what is the app? The app is what allows you to catch up on 2.5 years worth of pictures and documenting in a day.
Yes. So on your phone, in the palm
Or
of your
tablet.
hand. Yes. If you like a little bit bigger surface to use, I just use my phone, but my phone's kind of big.
And I'm at the point where I prefer my iPad because my eyes keep getting worse. And my husband just spoiled me and got me the new 10.5-inch iPad Pro. It's so dreamy.
Which is hilarious
Which
since
I
her
love.
husband could just fix her eyes.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm too old for that.
Her husband's an optometrist. So anyway, the app, you can find it in the Android, the Google Play Store, or you can find it in iOS, in iTunes. You just go ahead and search Project Life. The app will come up. It's $2.99 right now. Super inexpensive for what you get. And you get a bunch of free kits. You get 4 kits that come already loaded on the app. And we've given away kits since then. And I have a list of those kits. If you want, email me, projectlifeapp@beckyhiggins.com.
Or tap the green question mark on the home screen.
Yes, but for the people that don't know what this is and don't have it yet, you can still email me first and I can, I guess they want to.
Or just download the app.
Get the app.
And then tap the green question mark on the home screen. It'll go straight to Wendy.
Yes, $3 on your phone or your tablet. And you can do your scrapbooking. You load photos, you do your journaling. It's just like our physical Project Life, only in the palm of your hand. So we also have digital products where you can do fancier things. You can get a little bit more creative, but the app was made to be simple and to not be too many decisions to make, too many workarounds, just simple. Load your photos, load your journaling cards, load your little extra. We have our filler cards.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name.
So this, for example, would be, Molly, to help me out here if they can actually see that. This would be like a completed page in the app.
There you go.
Okay? And so what you do is you select the template that you want. You can select round or square corners on the template, and then each little pocket on the template allows you to add a photo or a journaling card or a filler card. So you've got a lot of different options. Journaling boxes are built right into the cards that are in the app. So you can just tap on the card and then it gives you all the full journaling capabilities. So you can type it with your fingers, you can do voice to type, you can change the font, you can change the color, the size, the leading, the vertical offset, you can change the justification. You have all kinds of flexibility in the journaling.
And you can do it without your fingers.
Yes.
You can do voice
which
text,
is amazing. Voice to text is
awesome.
Yeah. You can actually edit your photos right in the app. We just launched that for Android, last month?
Yep.
2 months ago? I can't even remember now.
It's 2 months, or 2 updates ago.
2 updates ago.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
The way that you edit your photos in Android and in iPhone, you can do it the same way. It's just you hit the little edit button. It has
like 3 bars.
3 bars. It looks like a light switch, kind of.
Yeah.
And then you can edit your photos. I get questions from Android users now saying, how do I edit now that we have it? And it's just that little icon up in the corner.
Yep. Just tap that, and then it pulls up the ability to deal with brightness and contrast and saturation, I think. And so it's a fairly simple, basic photo editor, but it allows you to do what you want to do. And for most people, even if all they want to do is bump up the brightness, because when you print your pages, a lot of times people find that they're a little bit darker than they are on their screen, because your screen is lit. I mean, is it called that lit? It is lit. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, we've been torturing my daughter with that. I have a 16-year-old daughter, and my husband keeps telling her, "Oh, that is lit," and she's like, "Dad, stop!" Anyway,
ruin the word.
I know. Anyway, sorry to sidetrack.
Someone has a question.
Please.
She wants pointers for how to make it work faster, because she spends so much time going through all of the card kits to find the perfect cards.
I know I have my own tip. What would your tip be?
Well, I know that for me, I just stick with the ones I like. I don't go through every single kit, because that would drive me crazy.
Yep.
Having to go through all of them. So I just pick the ones, I kind of look through them beforehand, see what I want for that album or that section of my album, depending on like if it's a wedding or whatever I'm doing. And then I just stick to that.
Yep.
So, and you can get still really creative with your journaling and your photographs. A lot of people want kits for very specific things, but you don't need them. You don't need really specific kits, because you use your photos to be those descriptive cards in your layout. You can make some super beautiful pages using one kit.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say as well, is that for me, like when I'm working on like a family, like a year-long project, I use the same kit, the same collection of cards for the whole year.
Right.
If I'm doing, like for example, I did a Disneyland album, and I chose like 3 collections that had cards that were in sort of a color scheme that I wanted to use, and I only went back to those 3 collections. So I think really, because I think we decided there's over 200 and something kits in the app now. That can be very overwhelming, especially if you are like, oh, I don't know. If you decide ahead of time, I'm going to use these cards, this collection, and you kind of stay there, it makes it much faster and easier, because really you've taken 8,000 choices out of your options and really just honed it down. And one thing that I think people forget is that every card collection comes with a set of solid colored cards. So there are solid colored cards in every collection that coordinate perfectly with all the cards in that collection. So if you want to do something that's a little bit more custom, you can either do just a solid card, which does have journaling box built in, so you can journal on the solid cards, or a lot of people like to do a solid card and then put one of our photo overlays on top of it. So it's not actually a card that comes in that collection, but you know that by choosing the solid colored card in a card collection and putting an overlay on top of it, that it will coordinate perfectly, because it's still it's all pulled from the same color palette.
Made your own little custom card for your page. And I think while we're talking about trying to be a time saving, one of the most important, I know that Becky does what we just described. She kind of sticks with her thing. Mm-hmm. She sticks to the same layout. She likes the same font. And so there's not a bunch of choices every single time she's making a page. She already knows what she's doing. She begins with the end in mind. Yeah. And we all kind of do that now. So another thing that will save you time is making it a process, doing it in steps. So gather your photos. And with me, I favorite my photos that I'm going to be using to make pages, and then it's in my favorites album. So it's in one album. You can just create your own album, and then you can go and pull from that album every single time. So I'm not digging for pictures the same way you would be digging for cards. That will save you time. After I've done my journaling and everything, and I've double checked everything, I always export it right away, and then I save it in Dropbox. And if you just make that, it literally takes a few more seconds. Mm-hmm. But I get people that write to me all the time that say, I'm ready to order, and I have 100 pages, and they haven't exported any of them, and they haven't put any in Dropbox, and they want to know how to save them. Then they have to, and unfortunately, we aren't able to batch do any. They can't take a group of them and put them and export them all, and then take them all over to Dropbox. We can't do that, and you can't even do that. You just have to kind of do one at a time. So if you're doing it as you go, you're going to save yourself a lot of time, and it just becomes a habit.
Yep.
So,
yep. For me, I know when I'm working on my pages, as I finish a page, I update the file name, so I actually name my page.
Oh, yes. I do that
which is important, because it helps with organization. So I name my page, and then after I name my page, I put it in a folder. So for example, right now I'm working on my Project 52 album, my family album from last year still. Yep. Last year, people. It's all good. Because what I did when Wendy's talking about how she favorites all her pictures, I actually would create a folder at the end of each week in my camera roll. I can kind of show you what that looks like. And I think you can do something similar. Sorry. So down this way, if you look at that, is that right?
Yep.
So you can see it just says week whatever, and then I type the dates in there, and then I only pop in the photos that I want to use from that week in that folder, so that when I'm then doing my pages, I can just go back and just pull from just the folder the week I'm working on. So when I'm done with a page, like I said, I name the page, which for me would be like week 32 left or week 32 right, just so I know. Then I put it into my Project 52 folder within the app, because you can create folders to kind of contain your projects. I've got multiple projects. And then I export it and save it to Dropbox. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 things that I do every time I'm done with a page. And like Wendy said, it takes what?
A few extra seconds.
Maybe 30 extra seconds to do that. And yet I know 1, it's backed up. 2, it's named. And 3, it's contained within my project in the app, so that when I'm ready to order prints or put together a photo book, all the pages that I want for that project are together.
Right. And I learned the hard way when we were first making books, when the books just came out, I had to go in and name my pages because I hadn't been doing that. And it does seem overwhelming if you have 100 pages and you have to start and just do each one. So if you have 100 pages and you haven't done that, I would just do like 15 of them here and there and just get them done. And then it's going to make it a lot easier when you go to order. While we're talking about folders, I want to bring up something I get sad emails about every once in a while. When you create a folder and you take your pages and you put them in a folder, you need to leave your pages in your completed page section of your library. Right. If you delete the page from the completed page section, it will also delete it from your folder. It's not making a copy. It's just there. It represents that page. So
it's basically helping you organize your projects, but your pages are all still in one continuous library.
Correct. Now, if you delete your folders, your pages will still remain in completed pages. So that's the thing you need to remember is if you're not ready to have that page out of your app and be done with it, if you have not printed it and it's not backed up in Dropbox, then leave them in your completed page section, and you can delete a folder, or you can even delete a page out of a folder, and it's not going to affect those pages. You'll still have them within the app.
Right. Okay, and that answers, yesterday on Facebook, Karen Schmidt asked the question, what do you do with the pages in the app when you are all done with them? They are printed and saved to the external storage. If they are in a folder in the app, can you delete the folder? Do the pages in the folder get deleted? And so that answers that question. So basically, if you want it gone, delete it from your completed pages section. If you have a folder and you just don't want the folder anymore, or let's say you've printed off that project, you can delete the folder. The pages will still be in completed pages.
Correct.
A little bit further down the road, though, from that, you have it printed, you have it backed up to external storage. There's a lot of people that have problems just deleting it from the app, feeling like, if you've got it printed and you've got it backed up,
delete it.
Delete it. It's okay. It really is okay.
It feels good.
All it's doing is taking up storage in the app, and that will eventually slow and bog down the running of the app. So if you kind of have that process, you've printed, you know you have it saved somewhere else, go ahead and delete it from your phone.
And we know this because when Devin was here one time, Becky was complaining about her phone and how slow it was. And we looked on her phone. She had like 200 pages in her,
or more,
or maybe
like
400. It was a ton of pages.
A lot. And he said, if you
and she had already printed all of them, and they were backed up.
Yeah.
So it's a natural feeling to be afraid to delete. But as soon as you have that backed up in external storage, we prefer Dropbox because you can pull easily from it on Google or on Android or iOS. Then you can feel free to delete and clean up your space.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, can I ask one question?
Please.
Several people asked if you could repeat the 3 steps again.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So you make your page.
Yeah, well, that's step number one. You make your page. The three things that I do before when I finish a page. Number one, I name the page first. So I update the file name to something that is relevant to whatever I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's going to have their own naming system. For me, like when I'm working on Project 52, it's week whatever left, week whatever right. When I was working on my Disney album, it was Disney 01, Disney 02, Disney 03, so that I could keep those in order, so that when I put my book together, they were numerically put together that way. So one, name your page. Number two, what did I do next?
Well,
put it in a folder. Sorry. I put it in a folder next.
Well, and name your folder, pick a folder, name your folder for that album or whatever.
Right. So
and then put it in the folder.
And then third is export it to external storage like Dropbox. That's where I save all mine.
When you export it to Dropbox, you have to name the page again.
Do you?
Right?
I don't think it does. I think it actually maintains the name. The last time I did it. We're going to double check on that and get back to you, because I thought that it maintained the name.
But Dropbox did just have a big update?
Dropbox had a big update. So anyway, we'll double check that, but that's also part of the reason that I name my page first, because then when I export it, it maintains the name when it gets exported.
It used to not do that, because I remember going in and having to delete the whatever PL, whatever it was, and then name the page.
It. Yeah.
So
regardless,
make sure it's the same name.
Yes,
and make sure you're completely updated on everything. Like if you're using Dropbox, make sure you have your updates, because there were some cool things that happened with pulling photos from Dropbox recently that they updated and that helped the app,
for Android, not for
Android.
iOS.
Okay.
Anyway, but just stay current on your updates. Speaking of updates, I feel like somebody was asking how the new iOS 11 platform is going to affect the app.
What file type name?
I don't know the file type name. It was something I was unfamiliar with. So,
I didn't know.
Devin is super great. Devin is our developer. He's really great about staying right on top of any updates that are coming from Apple and things like that. I know there's probably a lot of people that are super anxious to update to iOS 11. Today, it actually releases today. My other tech friend, Kevin Allgaier, who is Becky's brother, I did ask him yesterday, because any time that there's updates or whatever, I always ask Kevin. And I said, so Kevin, should I be updating tomorrow? Meaning today, when it releases. And his suggestion to me was, you know what, this is a pretty big update. There's a lot of changes coming with it. He said, so I would probably hold off for a day or two, because a lot of times when they push it out to the public, they catch a lot of glitches right off the bat. They go in, they fix them, and usually within a couple days, they have the major glitches worked out, the ones that are going to make you really sad, like that don't work right or whatever. So I always follow Kevin's advice, because he's a super smart guy and he's never led me astray. So if you are on an iOS device and you're wanting to upgrade, for me, I'm going to hold off until Kevin gives me the green light and says, things are looking awesome, Apple's made the changes that they need to, and I will probably update closer to the weekend. That's just me.
Well, and that goes the same with when we update something. When we have a big update, right off the bat, we might find a couple of things, and Devin hurries up and goes right in there and fixes it for you. And so what I want to say is, if you have questions that you've put on social media that aren't getting answered the way that you want, or as thoroughly as you want, the best thing to do is to email us. And if we don't know the answer, then we'll go to our developer who always knows the answer.
Yeah. Social media is a pretty quick moving platform. And so especially if you're posting questions about the app on threads that don't have anything to do with the app, a lot of times we won't see or even recognize those questions, just because they fall through the cracks, because they aren't relevant to whatever the content is. So if we're sharing something about one of our favorites and somebody asks a question about the app, we might actually miss it. So just be aware of that. And if you do have a question, the very best way is to email Wendy directly, projectlifeapp@beckyhiggins.com, or tap on the little green question mark on the home screen.
If you have the app, definitely tap the green question mark. It is the better way. Just because when you send that email to me, it sends your information. I know what version of the app you're on. I know what operating system you're using. I know what kind of device you have, because with each device, there's little quirks and stuff. And so it helps me better answer the question without us having to go back and forth a lot of times to find out that information.
Yeah.
So if you can, tap.
Someone just asked if there's any written tutorials.
written tutorials.
Okay,
Well,
wait, before we do that,
okay.
I just want to make one other announcement.
Wait.
For those of you who came in a few minutes late,
Okay.
we are doing a giveaway. So if you share the broadcast here on Facebook, just tap the little share arrow. We are going to be randomly selecting 3 winners who will receive 3 free downloads in the Project Life app. So that's any kit, any template pack, any font, and that's in honor of our 3rd birthday. We are celebrating. The Project Life app was released 3 years ago this last Sunday, so we're a couple days late. But in honor of that, we wanted to celebrate. So again, share the broadcast for a chance to win. Back to Wendy.
That's pretty awesome.
I should be like a TV reporter.
Yes,
And back to you.
And I'm like so mesmerized. I'm like, duh. I don't know what I'm talking about. So what were we saying?
About tutorials.
Yes, tutorials.
Okay, written tutorials. We don't have any written tutorials. We have some great blog posts. In fact, we have a new sidebar, some blog posts that are very, very helpful. That anybody that's new to Project Life would be really
Beneficial.
behoove you.
It would behoove you.
Is that's a good
That's,
word?
sure.
Be
It's a fancy
beneficial
word.
for you to read them, and some of those have to do with app pages versus making photo books. How to prepare to make your photo book. There's some really great written out instructions on how to do that. And like I said, if you email me, I can write stuff out for you. The tutorials are awesome because you can watch it happening live in front of you on the screen. You can see, and you can watch the tutorial, and if you have a question from that, then you can tell me, this part in the tutorial, I don't understand exactly how you back that up or you transfer that page to that new device or whatever your question is. But we have a lot of information out there.
And there's more to come. I'm the one who actually records those tutorials, and we've been busy. Guys, it's not just the Project Life app that we're doing here. We're doing so many other things, and with products that we've launched for the home brand this year and new Project Life products, I oversee all of those as well. And so it's just been a busy season, especially with summer and all that. So we're finding our groove again, and I'm definitely going to be getting back to tutorials because we've added so many new features that we need to do tutorials on. We will walk you through putting together a photo book. We're going to walk you through how the folders work and all that kind of stuff. So we appreciate you being patient. I know that there's a ton of other information out there that people do share. So some of that information is out there already, but they're coming. It's just it's time, and our resources are limited because we're a tiny but mighty team. And we all have multiple responsibilities.
And if you don't see what if you can't get your question answered through the tutorials, please always just write to me.
Yeah.
I always get back, almost always, unless there's some kind of an emergency or something weird happens, within 24 hours, and a lot sooner usually, unless we're it's a weekend or we're out of town or something at a show. But even then, I try to check my email, and so email us. Is there any other questions right now?
Mm-mm.
Should
Okay.
we talk about?
What came in the last? No, this.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so
I'm super
I know.
excited.
So in the last app update, which came out early September, it was the August update that came early September because things happen, yo. And anyway, but one of the things that we did add that I know that we've heard a lot of people have been excited about was we added 7 new fonts to the app. Free with the app, available to everyone, iOS and Android. Android also got the ability to have their font slider work with the plus and minus. And they also now, when you tap on a font, the name of the font will pop up. So for a lot of people that really want to make sure that they're using the same font every time, whatever, super, super helpful. But the 7 new fonts, guys, I mean, come on. Can we get
the great thing about those fonts is that they have the characters, the international characters.
Yep.
So our handwritten fonts do not have the international characters, but all of the fonts that we just added, I just tell people to go through, like make a sentence, and type out a sentence on your page, and then go through each app or font, and you can watch how it changes your characters or whatever, and see what you like. So
Anyway, and the cool thing about the ones that we chose to add to this update is we tried to add some that had quite a bit of variety. And so there's one that is very Disney inspired because we know we have a lot of people that love to scrapbook Disney. We have some that are not quite handwritten fonts. But all of them, our hope was that they would work really well for journaling, but that some of them are a little bit more creative in terms of being able to use them for title cards, something that's a little bit more artistic.
Well, and a thicker. We have a bolder one
Mm-hmm.
that's really great for people that want bold print.
Yep. And one that's almost scripty, but not necessarily cursive. So we really tried to shake it up and add some variety in those fonts. And so we hope you like them. Because we had,
They're great.
It was super
exciting.
fun to be able to add that. We were really, 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 really excited about that. Okay. Time of Your Life. If you didn't see that one in the Project Life app, that's one of the new collections, and that one is exclusive to the Project Life app and Digital Project Life. It was designed by Amber LeBow, and we love Amber. She's designed several things for us. She designed Project 52 in 2016. She's designed the Azure Edition. She designed the Brave Patient Edition, which is to help document like medical
Hard times,
yeah, but very medically based, not necessarily cancer, but kind of that more like long term. But it's great for also documenting just regular doctor's visits. Anyway, Brave Patient, that's another one that she did. She also did a set of overlays for us, the number overlays that we put out for free last year. So she's done a lot of great design work. And Time of Your Life is awesome. It is really specifically geared for documenting high school. And so you're going to find the different clubs and sports, and there's references to dances and subjects and freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. We went back and forth a lot on that because we know that not everyone refers to those same things in terms of grade levels. We know that some countries refer to them as grade 9 and some, but at the end of the day, a good majority of our customers are in the United States. And so that's why we opted to do that. It was not to be exclusive, but it was meant to reach the widest base of our customers that we have. But there's lots of other ways that you can document without using those. Anyway, it's a great kit. It's bright. It's fun. It's not overly girly. It's not overly masculine. It's great for documenting both genders. And as a mom who has kids in high school, I'm super stoked about it.
And you have boys and girls.
And I have boys and girls. Yes, I do. I have both. My son is not in high school yet, though.
Yes, and and we're adding new kits all the time.
Yeah.
And we're thinking about, we get suggestions every day on the kinds of kits that you want. And like Kari was saying, we want to do all of them for you and make everybody happy, but that just doesn't make business sense. So what we try to do is figure out what will appeal to the majority of the people that are using the app.
Yep.
So,
and I know Becky has mentioned on social media that we are working on a collection for documenting disaster, with all of the natural disasters that have happened lately, from floods to fires to all sorts of things to just general hard stuff. We are working on that collection. The things that we've seen so far are so great.
Awesome.
It's going to be fantastic.
I love the app.
It will work for so many different things because that's how we're designing it. We really are designing it to be something that allows you to document anything that is hard.
Yeah, the color scheme is gorgeous.
It's dreamy. And yes, Claire Sorensen, who does design work for us, is working on it. And you guys, it's so great.
Shout out to Claire.
So shout out to Claire. We love her. Anyway, that will be coming soon. I can't promise September. I can't promise October, but it's coming soon. We're actively working on it. And it's going to be great. And it's going to be free. So you can look forward to that. What else can they look forward to coming in the app in the next little bit? Yeah. Fine.
You guys, seriously. This is so exciting. It's huge. It's huge. So, our photo books, we love them. They are gorgeous. Honestly, quality, I don't know that there's a better photo book out there. It's beautiful, but it can be a little pricey.
And actually, can I break in?
No.
Tammy earlier in the broadcast said she recently got a book in the mail, and it's by far the best book she's ever gotten. Anyway.
Ever.
Yes,
Gorgeous.
Sense. I wanted us to... It doesn't work.
She doesn't... I'm louder. I know how to blow. There we go.
Anyway, this is exciting. So, we have developed a soft cover book that is going to be more affordable, and you can put more pages in it.
Yeah.
And we even have
These are so we have been working with our print partner. We've been working with our app developer to make the magic happen. Now these are not actual size, but you can see how much bigger this is. And the ones that we do will probably actually go a little bit bigger than this even. So think about how many pages you can fit in there. Now we're not announcing the number of pages. We're not announcing anything about price. We just want you to know that we have been working hard for a while.
This is 8x8.
This one here is 8x8, but we're also crossing our fingers for a 10x10 size. So
no 12x12?
Well,
oh, okay.
we're working through, we would love to offer 12x12 as well.
Okay.
We're the closest on 8x8 and 10x10 for sure.
And those sizes, especially the 10x10, if we can do that, is dreamy. It's like,
hey, Tony says hi, by the way.
Hi, Tony. Hi, Tony. So again, we're not announcing the number of pages. We're not announcing the price. We're not announcing a date even. But we just want you to know that we have been working behind the scenes for quite a while on these. We are getting so close. We're so happy with what we are seeing from our print partner. We're so happy with what our app developer is able to do just in working the magic of being able to put these books together. But our goal has always been to try and get these to you guys, get them into the app in time for you to order for the holidays. And so again, that's it's not saying it's going to be here in 2 weeks, but just know that that really is the goal that we're shooting for. We also know that things happen, and sometimes timelines and goals and estimates don't add up. And so we wanted you to know that it's something that we're working on. We wanted you to know it's something that we're really hoping that you can have for the holidays, because guys, seriously,
it's amazing.
You see how fat that is? And that's a big old fat book.
The quality for a paperback book is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I mean, they're great looking books. And we don't normally give out information like this before it's really, really almost ready to launch. But we wanted to do it because we get so many requests. Mm-hmm. And every day I get people asking about a different, a more affordable, family-friendly book that their little kids can carry around and stuff. And this is it. We're working on it, and it's going to come. We're not positive on the date, but it's coming.
Yep. And
it's not going to be a year either. It's going to be happening.
Like I said, our goal really is to have these in time for you guys to be able to order them, to receive them for the holidays. So anyway, we're super stoked about it because, like I said, we've been working with our print company, and we're so happy with the quality that we've been able to pull out on a softbound book.
They're great.
I know. Okay, is there anything else? Are there any other questions?
Yep, a few more.
Okay.
Someone says her app is super slow, and she's not even close to being full storage on her phone. She's deleted extra. She has a ton of storage. Do you have any reason why it might be slow? Any ideas?
It depends on what it's slow. Is it slow downloading photos and kits when you buy a kit? Because that could be your Wi-Fi connection. You need a strong connection when you're downloading a kit. And now when you're bringing in photos, a lot of times your photos are just the thumbnails that are stored in your phone. And those have to be downloaded before they can be used in your app pages.
Oh, if you're using, for example, iCloud photo storage, then it's just storing the downloads. Unless you have it storing the full res pictures, which is probably not very likely. It is a thumbnail, so it does take time for it to generate to actually download the picture from the cloud.
She said it's bringing in the photos is where it's the slowest.
Okay, so. Is she using iCloud photo storage?
Let us know if you're
some sort of cloud storage for photos that it's pulling in from there.
Yeah, a lot of times you want to make sure those photos are all the photos that you want to use in the album, whatever. If you're doing an event, like I said earlier, a wedding or a holiday or a vacation, a trip that you took, you want to make sure that all of those photos are fully downloaded in an album, and then you can just pull from them. Mm-hmm. Because when you have fully downloaded photos, I actually do have all of my photos, and it's a lot. My phone has a lot of storage. I wouldn't be able to do that if I had my daughter's phone, for instance. I would, and then you'd want to delete and get rid of them after you use them in your app. And when you delete a photo off your phone that's in your app page, I get this question a lot. It stays in your app page. It doesn't disappear from your app page.
Right. So. Just because the photo is no longer on your device doesn't mean it won't stay.
Correct.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Should someone export their pages before they print them through the app?
I always do.
That's what we talked about earlier, is making it part of your process. You need you export them, and we say export them at 12 by 12. I got a question yesterday from somebody who had exported all of her pages 8 by 8 because she knew she was going to make 8 by 8 pages, and now she's decided she wants to make a bigger book. So here's the thing. She was printing through a different company because of where she lived and stuff, and because of that, she was concerned about the quality. And I had to tell her, if you want the best resolution, you need to export it at 12 by 12. If you export it 12 by 12 every single time, then no matter what you decide to do with your pages, they're going to look beautiful. They're going to be great, and you want to redo it. So after you've completed your page, export that sucker.
Yeah.
And another thing for me, because I do have a lot of space on my phone, every time I export it, it just goes into my little album that's Project Life on my phone, outside of my app. So then if I haven't put it in Dropbox for some reason, or I think I'm not done with that one, so I haven't put it in Dropbox, then it's still on my device. So if something happens to my app, if my grandbaby deletes my app, those pages are still in my phone, and you can bring them back into your app via the orange section, which is where you can find the 12 by 12 templates. So if anything I'm saying you want to hear again, write me. Tap the green question mark, and I will explain that.
Or rewind and rewatch.
Oh, yeah.
That works too.
So someone wants to clarify, if they upload their pages to Dropbox, can they print from any photo printer?
Yes,
Yes,
they
you
can.
can. So if you have a favorite printer that you like to use, it's right down the road, and you get them printed and can pick them up that day, you can totally do that.
Yep.
But if you haven't tried our printing, I do recommend it. It's not very expensive. They're beautiful. I think the shipping is super affordable if you're in the United States, because you can get all of your pages for $5, which is really good. So,
and then you just upload them right there, right within the app. You just do your order right there in the app, so you don't have to go to your computer or anything like that. You can just do it right in the app. Yep. So
no one believes that you're a grandma.
I know. She has 2 grandbabies, almost 3 people. Can you believe it?
You know what's so depressing?
And she's younger than me.
Is that I have a lot of gray hair right now. I'm going to get that fixed today. I'm excited about that. But I also have some situation going on with my chin down here. And I don't understand.
I don't know why she's pointing it out.
How I can be a grandmother and have to be dealing with gray hair and also have to be dealing with zits. And they're not like regular zits. They're like cysts. Like,
I just talked to somebody the other day, and they're like, adult acne is no joke. They're like, that is so unfair. Because if we don't battle it when we're young, then anyway.
I just started trying this new thing, taking some L-lysine. Has anybody heard of it? It's a supplement, and it's for your skin. People say to take it for cold sores. Well, my husband had the brilliant idea, because this is where I always get my Mongo zit. And he's like, maybe that's like a cold sore for you. Maybe that's the situation that you're having on your chin. And so I just started I'll let you know if it works. Okay. But thanks for saying that. I look, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so one other question.
Yes.
Someone said, what sizes can they print from the app?
Oh my gosh.
So many sizes.
Well, if you're doing pages for your album, it's 8 by 8, 10 by 10, or 12 by 12. But we also have the 6 by 8 templates that you can do, and we do 4 by 6, and we actually have a 4 by 6 template that you can put 2 photos in, and then after you get them, you slice them down the middle, and you got 3 by 4 pictures.
Yep. So if you're using regular Project Life, the physical product, then you can just cut those pictures in half and slip them into those smaller pockets.
Nice.
And a lot of people, actually, there are people that use the Project Life app specifically.
Just for
they
that.
use that 4 by 6 template, 2 3 by 4 pockets, and they put journaling cards in them, and they do their journaling talk to text. They print them out as photos and slip them into their page protect, their photo pocket pages. Because there's no easier way to journal than that. So they'll do all their journaling that way, print them directly through the app, and then just cut them in half and then slip them into their pocket pages.
Perfect. Is there an ETA on the disaster kit? Did you talk about that already?
We don't have an ETA.
Okay.
Just when it's done. When it's done, it's done.
But it won't be.
It won't be like months down the road. Yes.
Yeah.
And they want you to keep them updated on the zit treatment.
Okay.
I will. I'll let you know. It's on the bottle. It says take 2 times a day, 2 times a day. And I did it yesterday, and I did it today, and I'm going to keep doing it until these suckers are gone. This started when we went on our little retreat up in Flagstaff, which was how long ago?
Last Monday.
1 week.
A week ago.
Yeah.
And I don't even have a head on these suckers. Like, I can't even, do anything about them. Like, they're like cysts. I can't explain it. And the minute I talk or eat or anything, the makeup's rubbed right off. And Tony actually asked me yesterday, if I had pizza on my chin because we were eating pizza in the office.
In Tony's defense, she did actually have some sauce on her face.
Oh.
I don't know if it caught the growth or what.
Not
but
shocking.
anyway, it.
Oh my gosh.
It actually really was fun.
Yeah, it did look like pizza. So I went in and put a Band-Aid on my face.
Yeah.
So I
And then she wore a band-aid for the rest of the day on her chin.
You probably should have just done that for the
I
broadcast.
should
really.
have. Because could you imagine the talk?
You could have just said one of your grandbabies scratched you or something.
Or I could have said I was
Mauled by-
rollerblading.
mauled by a tiger.
Yeah, something.
Something like that. Something super fun.
I am extreme sports lady.
Yes. Okay, last chance, guys. If you are watching live and you would like an opportunity to win 3 free downloads in the app, this is iOS or Android, doesn't matter, then share the broadcast. Click the little arrow that says to share. We're going to randomly choose 3 winners that have been watching us live who share the broadcast. We'll get in touch with you and you will get to choose any 3 downloads in the app. So like I said, that is kits, that is fonts, that is template packs, anything that we got, you can download for free. We'll ask you what you want and you'll say,
3 of them.
I wish 1, 2, 3. Wish is granted. No. And are we done?
I think so.
Okay. All right, guys.
No games.
Hey, thanks for joining. See ya.